Hey everybody, it's DJ Nikki with you here, WXED 107.3 with Jonathan Cortez in the studio for our News Weekly wrap-up. Jonathan, how are you today?
Trying to keep warm.
I know. It's ridiculously cold out this weekend.
Yeah, I'm going to try to not leave my house tomorrow since, -10 at least degree
with the
wind
wind
chill.
gust, it's supposed to be, I think, -12, -14, something like that. Yeah.
That's just brutal.
It is. But I think we're expecting a warm-up, though, next week. So
Yeah, that's what I saw on the Weather Channel
that's
forecast.
what I'm hoping for. I'm a little bit skeptical when it comes to reporting the weather, which I do hear all the time. But the other day I reported 0 accumulation, and we got 3 inches of snow. So I was going based on what the AccuWeather told me. But no, so hopefully we do see that warm-up. And like you had mentioned before we got on the air, at least it's better than last year's weather.
Yeah, I mean, this is probably the only week of solid winter that we've had. So
Yeah.
we've had a little bit of snow before, but
Yeah, and I'm like, my fan motor in my heater for my truck, when it's really, really cold, it doesn't like to work. And whenever it's not really cold, it does work. So when I don't need heat, I have heat. But when I really, really need it, I don't. So I probably will be in the same situation as you. I'm going to be hunkered down at home somewhere under a blanket watching Netflix. Instead of Netflix and chill, I'm going to be Netflix and stay warm.
oh yeah.
All right, so tell us what we got going on in the news this week.
Well, some people may have noticed St. Agatha has begun to be deconstructed. So some of the windows are gone now.
I saw that.
Yeah. So they're as I had heard earlier, but hadn't been completely confirmed, the church is getting deconstructed. I don't know each of the specific buyers for the parts, but
I don't either. I did, however, read on Facebook in one of the breaking news sites that a DIY Discovery Channel crew, they do a show called Black Dog Salvage or Big Dog Salvage or something like that. And I did see trailers down there. There were pictures posted by Rich Oliver on the breaking news site where they showed trailers that say Black Dog Salvage. So I'm guessing that some of the parts of the church are going to be used on a television show where they focus on repurposing and using historical pieces to keep them in a new project. So I don't know. That was kind of cool.
Yeah, I saw the trucks, but I didn't know what they were for.
I just figured, it's kind of a depressing thing to see that church be torn down. And then it was kind of, to me, it was kind of an uplifting thing to know that pieces of it were going to be repurposed and turned into something new and fabulous by this salvage show. So I thought it was kind of cool. I had a chance to speak to Rich Oliver to see if he had gotten any story behind it or any details. I just know that he was the one down there taking pictures. So, all right. So what else we got going on?
Well, yesterday, Mayor Anthony Court presented Los Casanos with their 100 years of business
Proclamation?
proclamation. Yeah, that's the word.
Now remember, everybody, when we say yesterday, you have to remember we record on Fridays. It airs on Saturdays. So it would have been Thursday is when Mayor Court did that. And that's astonishing. 100 years of this business being open. That's 4 or 5 generations of, family just continuing to do that. So I was real excited. I was glad because we had talked about that they were coming up on their 100 years, I think. We had mentioned it before. And then I saw the pictures online of Mayor Court giving them their proclamation. I thought that was cool. A friend of mine was in Los Casanos grocery shopping, and she said, man, I didn't know that they were doing all that. She said, I would have, done my hair and makeup or something. She goes, I saw somebody taking pictures. She said, I was ducking behind the celery. That would have been me too. If I had just run out to the grocery store very quickly and not expected a big hoopla going on, I probably would have looked frightening and I would have been hiding behind a box of cocoa wheats or something.
I don't know how much of a hoopla it was.
Well, it's a tiny town. That's what I love about this town. It's a small town, so every little thing is a big deal. I like that. Because you get into the big cities and there's so much going on. There's so many people that all of the really small town feel things get looked over. And you have to be extraordinary and flashy and booming to get any attention in a big town. And just the simple fact that they have pride in the fact that all these generations have continued in this family business, that would have been looked over in a big town. That's what I like about this town. So I know what I wanted to talk to you. Tell me about our football star.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, talk to me about that.
I might mess up his last name, so yeah, Nick Ionoli.
I think that's it.
Yeah, Nick Ionoli got signed to Colgate University, which is in New York, to play for their football team, and he's projected to be a linebacker. And Colgate is a Division I
That is awesome.
school, so that has not. I don't know how many times that's happened, but it's a pretty rare occurrence for Elwood City to have a Division I athlete.
Yeah, Elwood City is real big on its baseball players, but we don't hear too much about the football players from Elwood City. So that is awesome, and because I'm a big football fan. I'm not saying I don't like baseball. I like to watch baseball, but I love football. So it seems to me that since I moved back here just a couple months ago, there's been so much forward progression with the reputation of this town. And I feel like that's a positive step. Like people that I know who live, substantially far away are starting when they say, oh, where do you live? And I tell them I live in Elwood City. A lot of these people are going, oh, I've heard of Elwood City. And before, nobody had ever heard of Elwood City. So I think it's pretty awesome. We were even mentioned on DVE. Did you know that?
I did not.
Yep. The DJ up there on DVE was talking to a band member. The band was from Elwood City. So when he said to them, where do you guys hail from? And they said Elwood City. All of a sudden he went, man, we got a lot of really good local bands that are coming out of Elwood City. Like, what are they doing down there? So that was pretty cool. A little bit of recognition. And I've spoken with the mayor so many times about the positive reputation that the town is getting, and it's going to create new businesses to want to come into town and new residents to come into town. And I think it's really cool. Because as much as I want to see new businesses, new residents, I like that we still have that small town feel. So congratulations out there to Nick. What else do we got going on?
Well, winter sports is wrapping up now, but we're entering the postseason, and both Riverside basketball teams did make it to the playoffs. The Riverside boys were fourth in their section, which the top 4 teams progressed to the playoffs, and they will be playing today at Fox Chapel, but they're playing East Allegheny. And the Riverside girls' first playoff game will be Tuesday at Ambridge against Brentwood, and they were second in their section with 9-3, and overall they were 19-3. So, congrats to them. They have a fantastic team.
Fantastic basketball.
And for the Elwood City girls, Carrington Ketterer did break the 1,000 point barrier at her last game. She now has 1,005 points in her varsity career.
Awesome. That is great. All right. Well, I think the last thing that we wanted to mention today was the senior privilege.
Yeah, senior privilege is a scheduling policy that was implemented for this school year, and it was presented to the school board sometime last summer, roughly. And basically what it is seniors that are in good academic and discipline standing may opt to leave 2 periods early or come in 2 periods late. And this is because...
do they have to have a certain grade point average?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and they have to be on track to graduate. So they will be missing electives. So it has, they're not classes that they need to graduate. And the reason is that, our school has a diversity of electives. There has been a bit of confusion with, a misconception that the school is dropping electives. We still have arts and wood shop and history and English and electives, and
they have foreign language.
We have all of those things, but it's that a classroom can only hold so many people, and certain electives, since seniors schedule first, they could be completely full, and then you have your freshmen who don't fit into the classrooms. And then so a way to free that up is just saying, some seniors, they might not see the point in why make them take, cooking 3 on their senior year.
True.
They can just go home. And then, initially there was some skepticism because I think a lot of people's initial impression is that kids have to be in school more because the more hours is always better. But
well, at that age though, once you're a senior in high school, then you've probably already joined the workforce. So if you're able to do all of your academic work in the morning and then leave just past the lunchtime hour, then you're able to get yourself into the workforce earlier in the day. So,
And-
I mean, I think it's something that could be successful. I have to tell you, though, when you first said the senior privilege, I was thinking seniors as in over 65 seniors. And I was thinking, oh, well, I mean, they've worked hard their whole lives, so they should be able to leave early. And then when you start to, I was like, oh, those seniors.
Yes.
There's a little bit of a blonde moment for me.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
not too many seniors in Lincoln High School of that
I was thinking,
type.
like the office workers
Oh.
or, you know what I mean? Like, I was not
Yeah.
picturing seniors
But-
as in.
Yeah, at the school board meeting, the assistant principal John Sovich did give some statistics on it that confirm that it has been working out pretty well. So 58 of 129 students in the class of 2016 are using it. 41 of those are using it for work-related purposes.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Yeah.
They can get out and be able to,
And
start a job early in the afternoon instead of after school hours.
And other benefits included, rest time between school and sports and other extracurricular activities, more time to sleep, more time to study, more work, making more money.
Yeah,
and
because Lord knows, I mean, after you graduate, there's not a whole lot of free time in your life.
this is true,
I
yeah.
mean, once you're an adult, there's I don't have free time in my life.
And I don't know how many students will be listening to this, but if any students or parents of people who will be in college soon, making money is important right now, because it might not, even if you only make $1,000 your senior year from working, it might not seem that much when your tuition bill's $15,000, but you look at it as that's $1,000
Yeah.
that you don't have to take out on a loan, which is $1,000 that won't be accumulating interest.
Yeah, right.
And
That's $1,000 that you don't have to pay interest on.
And as someone who is currently paying off those loans that have some hefty
And
interest rates,
student loans
you
are
have
vicious. Yeah.
the less you have that's accumulating interest, the better. So if it's a choice between cooking 3 and
Getting out
working,
and making some money.
yeah, making some money, it's
Definitely go make some money.
yeah.
All right. Well, I think it was a good wrap up show this week. I know that we both have busy schedules today, so we're going to wrap up the wrap up. All right, everybody. That was Jonathan Cortez from elwoodcity.org. WXED 107.3 would like to give a big gracious thank you to elwoodcity.org for all of their news and everything that they give us. And we will see Jonathan next week. Thanks for listening, everybody. Have a great Valentine's Day weekend.